Okay, so it's come to that time of night when it's our turn finally to not sing anymore, not perform anymore, but we are very, very grateful that you're all here at this our wedding. Isn't Esther beautiful tonight? Yeah, and I get to call her my wife. And yeah, thank you all for coming. Before I get into my speech, I did want to say a few things because, as you would have seen from the proposal, I kind of like to have surprises, but I like to think they're good surprises because bad surprises are never good. But I've been trying and trying throughout the last fortnight or so to learn some Cantonese. So forgive me if, because I don't speak Cantonese, forgive me for the mistakes and the intonations. But here goes. Esther, ngo oile, le hai, ngo gingo, ge joy me le ge loyan. So that's for Esther, but in fairness, right? So to some baba and some mama, doce le de be Esther, ge gao do, leng Esther, yao sai le de ge yao dim. Show do Esther, hai ngo ge wing hung. Ngo ui ho ho zong sik Esther. Ngo hui ho ho zu gu Esther. Yi ge dok ge oi oi Esther. So hopefully for those of you that speak Cantonese, that kind of made sense. For those of you that don't understand Cantonese, well, I was given this. Had a lot of help, but the English speech is going to be a bit different. But yeah, I had a lot of help. So thank you to the life group members in the bridal party who were repeatedly training into me the intonations, even at 1 a.m. the night before the wedding, which was thanks to my aunt. But it leads me on into, I guess, acknowledging, it takes a lot of people to run a wedding. Yes, it started off with us, but it's really a celebration that happens because all of you are part of it. We had over 50 people helping us, right? And each and every one of you who helped out, we truly thank you. If we run through the entire list, we might be here a while. But very special mentions are our wedding coordinator, Catherine Lau, who is from Qingdao. She's an extraordinary woman because she's not just coordinating today and being that contact for a lot of operational stuff, but she did my makeup as well. And yeah, she's just been a brilliant support, also in liaising with family, with all kinds of things. So to my new mum and dad, thank you so much for raising this beautiful, intelligent, the accolades and the descriptions just are endless, but she is a treasure, and I will treasure her. And I will do my best, my very best, with God's help, to love her and support her, and to just help her to embrace the goodness of God that I can offer, and that those around me that can help me to make her feel the love that she truly deserves.
Oh, thank you.
So as I reflect on family, as it was mentioned, I've grown up without a mum, and I do take this moment to reflect and to remember a mother that I didn't really get to know because I lost her at the age of 4, and it's a hole in my life which I'll never fully understand, but God completes me anyway. And in Him, I have that foundation, which I've learned how to love, and I will use that and God's word and teachings to apply it in our marriage. So even though there are lots of gaps in in what I offer, I know that with God's help, He will make me the man for you, Esther, and that as Christ, loved the church, I will do my best to love you. And yeah, that's all I could offer you as a husband.
Thank you. That's beautiful. Beautiful.
So we thank the bridal party, and yes, there are a few married couples there, but there are also a few non-married individuals. So we pray for you, but we thank you all. We thank you all from the bottom of our heart because we've all journeyed together, and we truly appreciate all the support, the love, the prayers that you've sown into us over the years. It's not just in the recent 6 months of engagement, but it is a life that we journey together and will continue to do so. So we look forward to building that relationship stronger with God as part of it. We thank Pastor Chi for this morning and for the insightful message of the 3 chords. And we will have to find those ropes to remind us as visual reminders. But we thank you for marrying us, and for Pastor Greg and Kamchi for the prayers. We thank Punin, Juliet, and Maxine for worship. And yeah, worship is such a big part of both of us, really. And worship is a lifestyle which I've embraced for many years. And it becomes somewhat second nature, but it takes a lot of years to get to a place where we can say that, what we do is through God's help and strength. None of what we do, what I do, I could do on my own. So I truly thank God, first and foremost, for allowing me to get through the last year, because I broke my leg. So when you saw me propose in that video, I had pushed really hard to get well so that I could actually stand and walk and then get on my knee. But yeah, I thank my family. I honor my heritage because for those of you who know it in the family, I've pursued my family tree to understand it, to know it, and to embrace it because of that gap, the loss of my mum. But I'm all the better for knowing all my relatives. I thank them for coming from places like Kuching and from Perth, and KL as well. And because I don't have a mum, I have actually a lot of mums. I have a lot of aunties within the church, and next door as well. Women who have sown into my life in a very motherly way. And I really thank all of them for filling that gap as best as possible. And I truly acknowledge my Auntie Joy, my Auntie Nancy, my Auntie Pat, in particular, who are here today. I know a few of them couldn't also come, but I thank them all for really helping to develop in me the man that you see today. So thank you for being that part of my life. Thank you all for coming tonight. I believe Esther will now share a few words with you.
I just firstly want to thank everyone for coming. You guys really mean a lot to us, and that's why you're here. I apologize, my speech is a little bit long, but there's not much opportunity to thank people. So, first and foremostly, I would like to thank God for all that He has given us, His grace and His mercy, His love, for the gifts that He has given us, for our life's journey and the lessons that He's taught us, for being there for us. So thank God that He helped me choose Nick as well. I just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge those who could not be with us today. So I just wanted to acknowledge Nick's mother, who passed away when Nick was very young. And I'm sure that she was a wonderful mother to Nick, and that she would have loved to be here. Yeah. And I've heard a lot of wonderful things about her, so just want to acknowledge her. Yeah. Also, just a dear colleague of mine, Waylin, who passed away this year. She's obviously Pastor Chi's wife, and a great mentor and a sister to all of us. But also a great colleague to me. So, just want to say. Anyway, so I just wanted to thank my parents for raising me and for loving me unconditionally. Dad, thank you so much for being so hardworking and for being an example to us and for encouraging us and for working so hard to get us through med school and get us through just to make sure that we're safe and sound. And we know that you really want to protect us, and thank you so much for being a wonderful dad. Mom, I just want to thank you as well for being a wonderful mom, for caring for me, for sacrificially giving and serving everyone around you, and you just give so much of yourself. And I just wanted to thank you, and I love you, Mom and Dad. Thank you to Nick's dad, my new dad, for raising Nick to be a wonderful man. And you've been a single parent twice, and it must have been really hard. So thank you so much for the work that you have done in all of your boys' lives. Thank you to my brother Jerry, who was here, who was making fun of me. I was 4, okay. It doesn't make it okay. Okay, don't do it. But no, you're the one who pushed me off the stairs. I remember now. Don't change the truth. Yeah, 2. You were 2, and you pushed me off the stairs. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. So anyway, my brother, who is so funny and loving and protective, like he's even though he's my younger brother, he acts like my older brother as well. He's very protective of me and really, really supports me emotionally and everything. And a lot of people are really amazed at how close we are as brother and sister, and just really happy and to have you in my life. And you're the best brother in the world. To Kristen, my sister-in-law, you're amazing. You're so lively and joyful and encouraging, and you light the room up all the time. And you're so talented. I'm so blessed to have you as a sister-in-law. So I just wanted to thank you both for being MCs tonight and for being in my life as well. To my Uncle Eddie, thank you so much for coming. He lives in Hong Kong and he came all the way here. He used to tutor me. He used to fly all the way from, where do you fly from? From Canada to Malaysia to tutor me maths, additional maths. I really hated it, but yeah. I hated maths. Okay, not him. Yeah. So thank you. It obviously got me through high school, so that was good. To Kristen's parents, Uncle Ben and Auntie Wheeling, thank you so much for coming to our wedding from Adelaide. We really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you for being a blessing to me as well. So as you know, like as some of you know, I moved out of home and came to Melbourne to study when I was 16. And a lot of people have shaped my life here and have become my support and my family here when I was alone. So I just want to thank you for playing a part in various chapters of my life and for helping me become who I am today. So to my bridesmaids, thank you so much for everything that you have done for me today, and like obviously as friends as well. I really cherish all of your friendships. So Alice, thank you for your friendship. You are an inspiration. You are an amazing prayer warrior and an encouraging person, and you're a person of truth. I love that about you, and you are so organized. I love it. Thank you. To Winnie, thank you for your gentle, soft-hearted nature, but you are such a strong woman as well, and you are such a great prayer warrior, and I really appreciate our friendship. So thank you so much for being such a wonderful person. To Virginia, I love hanging out with you. You are so joyful and bubbly and an amazing prayer warrior as well. And I learned so much from you. And you are such a, despite really harsh circumstances, you just outshine it because you know that God is with you. So I really admire you for that. So thank you so much for being my friend, and I just love hanging out with you. Maxine, even though we have been apart for 10 years now, right? Because she moved to Hong Kong from Melbourne 10 years ago. But you are such an amazing friend, and I'm so blessed that our friendship is still so strong 10 years later. And I still remember when we first met at the park, and we were just talking randomly, and that's probably how we connected. We talked randomly, so. But you're so encouraging and so inspirational, and yeah, you do. I know that work is really hard for you, being a psychiatrist, but you know what? You are making a difference in this world, so keep going. Last but not least, Janice, my oldest friend, who I met in junior high in Canada. So yeah, so we through the different countries, we moved to different countries. I moved to Malaysia, and then and then I moved here, and then you moved here, and then now you moved to Hong Kong. So moved everywhere. But I'm so blessed to have you as a friend, and that our friendship has lasted for so long, and you're an amazing person, and you always know me more than I know myself sometimes. And then you read me, and it's just a bit scary, but you're so gentle and so encouraging. So I just wanted to thank you for being my friend, and for you're my oldest friend. What can I say? And anyway. Thank you to all the groomsmen, Jono, Clem, and Ash, for taking care of Nick and for being his supportive brothers in life and during this wedding preparation period as well. We are truly blessed to have you guys as our friends. Thank you. To our wedding coordinator, Catherine Lau, thank you so much for flying all the way from Qingdao to be our wedding coordinator. Even though you were only here for 6 months in Melbourne, but I'm so amazed at how deep our friendship has become just in 6 months. It's like a God-given friendship. You have the gift of discernment, this amazing gift of discernment and encouragement. And, God is going to use you so amazingly. And, it's so amazing that you're so young and you're a principal of an international school. That's just amazing, You are in such a position of authority to, influence people around you. I love you, and I hope that one day you will move here. To Mark and Grace, thank you for so much for being amazing older brother and sister to me. Thank you for having me in your home when I was in rural Victoria, and thank you so much for sharing your life with me. You guys have spoken so many words of wisdom and encouragement in my life, and have sown so many seeds in my life. It's I don't know how to say it, but I really, really appreciate the both of you. And I see, you guys just live out a life of godliness as a godly couple and as godly parents. And yeah, we really hope that we can parent the way that you do. But yeah, we just love journeying with you, and thank you so much for being a part of our lives. And thank you for your girls for being our lovely flower girls, to Elizabeth and Shiloh. To Dave and Kat, thank you for your friendship. Thank you that you guys are such gentle souls, and you guys are so encouraging to us. We really love your children as well, and there's such blessings in our lives. So thank you so much for being a part of our life, and thank you to Allison and Alex for being our flower girl and page boy. To other leaders who have made a huge difference and an impact on my life throughout the years, through your words of encouragement and through your words of wisdom, including Tim and Carmen, Andy and Candace, who couldn't be here because they had a baby, which is amazing. Thank Thank you so much for encouraging me when I needed to be encouraged, and thank you for speaking the truth in love to me as well. I want to thank Amy Ma as well. Thank you so much for being my first life group leader at Clayton Church and for mentoring me. Where is she? For mentoring me. I cannot you just took me under your wing and you just showed me the ropes, and I will never forget that. Thank you. And then thank you to other various people who have made a significant impact on various chapters of my life, including Chenyi, Maya, Karen Cheng, Dora, Cheryl, Ann Wong, Perry, Diane Ling, Hannah, Julie, Angela Lim, just to name a few. Thank you for your friendship throughout the years. And thank you to various pastors and pastors' wives who have led our church, including our current pastors, Pastor Greg and Kum Chi, thank you so much for doing our premarital counseling. And Pastor Chi, thank you so much for being an amazing senior pastor and for officiating our marriage as well. I'm sure it took a lot of courage to do it, and we really appreciate it. And obviously, thank you to Amir and Jess and Pastor Phil and Auntie Pochu as well, just to name a few. And then, thank you for all the helpers of this wedding. To Rachel, thank you for being the reception organizational team leader and for letting us borrow your husband Ash to be one of our groomsmen. Thank you to the rest of the team, Melvin, Maya, Hong, and Claire. To Pam, thank you so much for being the lead usher. Thank you to the rest of the team as well, Anne, Quan, Jennifer, Sam, Perry, Betty, Brian, Josh. To Auntie Carolyn, thank you for doing communion for us, and Panin and Juliet and Maxine for worship. And to the drivers, thank you for driving our family around, Kevin, Linda, Joanna, Andrew, Aseng. And thank you for the various makeup artists and hairstylists like Carrie there. She did an amazing job. And for Keith, who helped us decorate, and for the band, Jam, and for our amazing videographer and photographer. So last but not least, I wanted to say thank you to my new husband, Nick. You are an amazing man, and I am very blessed to have married you. You have a very big heart, and you are the most generous person that I know. You give to everyone around you, and you're a true servant leader. You lead by serving others, expecting nothing in return. You are godly and pursue God's love and desire above others, and you help me to focus on God when times get tough. As a young girl, I had a long list of traits that I wanted in a husband. Some of them were very superficial traits. As the years went by, my list had matured and shortened to the following: that my husband would love God with all his heart, be humble, teachable, forgiving, and a servant leader. And these are the qualities that you possess. So I'm looking forward to see what God has in store for us in the future. Thank you very much.